This is something I wish everyone over 60 truly understood about their own body. Waking up with tingling fingers, a sudden heaviness in your legs. It's easy to brush these things off and say, maybe it's just part of getting older. But what if it's not? What if these are your body's early warning signs of a stroke? Ignoring them could lead to consequences that change the rest of your life. Sometimes all it takes is a few lost minutes for everything to shift forever. In this video, I'll walk you through practical ways to protect yourself and your loved ones. 2 emergency signs that mean you must call 911 immediately. Subtle whispers from your legs that could point to blocked blood flow. And finally, the #1 hidden cause of stroke, a threat most people don't even realize they have. Let's begin with the first 2 alarms. Before we continue, I want to tell you a true story. Her name is Joanne. She's 75 years old and lives in a busy neighborhood in Charleston, South Carolina. She takes pride in her sharp mind. "I always solve the puzzle before the contestants do," she would say with a smile. Every evening, she sits in her favorite chair, knitting scarves for her church's winter drive while watching her favorite game show. But one evening, something felt off. Her right hand started dropping stitches. Then, her right leg felt unusually heavy, like it didn't want to follow her. No pain, no dizziness, just a strange feeling like her body was trying to whisper something urgent. Thankfully, that's when her daughter Melissa called. "Mom, are you okay? You sound different." Joanne tried to laugh it off. "Oh, just some tingling in my hand, nothing serious." But Melissa didn't let it go. "No, Mom, something's not right. I'm calling 911 just to be safe." 10 minutes later, the paramedics were there. And the doctor didn't mince words. If you'd waited even a little longer, she could have had a major stroke. Alarm number 1. Your nervous system screams for help. The biggest mistake we can make is trying to find a simple, everyday explanation for these urgent signs. For instance, when you feel numbness or drooping on one side of your face, you might quickly blame it on a cold draft or maybe a lingering dental issue. But here's the medical reality. Sudden numbness or drooping on one side of the face, especially if it prevents you from smiling evenly, is a classic signal of a stroke. The nerves controlling your face connect directly to the brainstem, the command center for our most vital functions like breathing and heartbeat. A numb face is often a direct cry for help from this critical brain region, signaling that its blood supply is in danger. This same one-sided principle applies to your arms. It's easy to write off a weak arm as a pinched nerve in your neck or from sleeping in the wrong position. However, when an arm suddenly feels heavy and weak, or if it drifts downward when you try to raise both arms, the problem is rarely local. It's a sign that the control center in the brain responsible for that arm isn't getting the blood and oxygen it needs to function. This could be a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, often called a mini-stroke, which is a direct warning of a much larger event to come. Finally, this one-sided weakness is often felt in the leg. Again, we might assume it's from sitting too long or poor posture. But if one leg suddenly becomes clumsy, difficult to move, or loses sensation for no clear reason, it's a serious cause for concern. The key here is the asymmetry. The problem is only happening on one side of your body. This strongly indicates that something is wrong on the opposite side of the brain. When these alarm bells ring, there is only one correct response. To help remember the signs, medical experts encourage us to think BEFAST. Think B for a sudden loss of balance, E for eye or vision problems, F for face drooping on one side, A for arm weakness, and S for speech difficulty or slurring. The T stands for the most important thing you can do: time to call 911 immediately. This is not the time to hesitate, to wait and see, or to drive yourself to the hospital. Every minute that passes, more brain cells are lost. Time is brain. But even before those loud screams for help, your body often sends quiet warnings, whispers that come from your legs. Think of your circulatory system as a vast highway network. The logic is simple. If the roads to the most distant towns, your feet and legs, start breaking down from plaque, it's a major warning sign. It means the entire system, including the main highways leading to the capital city, your brain, is also at risk. So what do these whispers feel and look like?
Often, it starts with a new kind of pain in your legs when you walk, a cramping or aching in your calves or thighs that always goes away when you rest. Or maybe your legs just feel unusually heavy and tired after only a little activity. Other times, the signs can be felt even when you're sitting still. You might notice that one leg is consistently colder than the other, or a persistent numb, pins and needles feeling that you can't shake. These whispers can also be things you see. Take a look at the skin on your legs. Has it become thin, shiny, or discolored? Is the hair that used to be on your shins and toes now sparse or gone completely? Do the muscles in your calf seem smaller than they used to? Perhaps the clearest sign of all relates to your body's ability to repair itself. A small cut or scrape on your foot that takes weeks or even months to heal is a serious warning that not enough blood is getting to the area. Similarly, a weak or hard-to-find pulse on the top of your foot is a direct message that your circulation is poor. And for men, it's important to know that one of the earliest signs of this system-wide circulation problem can be the onset of erectile dysfunction. But the real change comes from what we do with that knowledge. The foundation for protecting yourself begins with the simplest action: movement. When we spend most of our days sitting, our vascular system can become stiff and less flexible, like old plumbing. This forces the heart to work harder and can cause blood pressure to rise. But the moment we start moving regularly, something amazing happens. Our arteries regain their youthful flexibility. They even start producing more of a helpful molecule called nitric oxide, which signals the artery walls to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow more easily. The word exercise can often feel overwhelming, but this isn't about running a marathon. The most effective tool is often just a brisk walk. Brisk means walking fast enough that your heart beats a little faster, but you can still comfortably hold a conversation. Aim for about 30 minutes on most days of the week. And if that seems like too much, it's perfectly fine to break it down into 3 10-minute walks. Just as important is breaking up long periods of sitting. Try to follow a simple rule. For every 30 minutes you sit, get up and move for a few minutes. Stretch, go get a glass of water, or do a quick chore. This small habit keeps your circulation from becoming sluggish. Remember, when it comes to movement, what you do consistently is far more powerful than what you do intensely once in a while.
The next cornerstone of protecting your health is taming a condition often called the silent killer. High blood pressure earned this nickname for a simple reason: you can't feel it. You can feel perfectly fine while it's quietly putting a strain on your vascular system day after day. This is why knowing your numbers is so critical. Those numbers aren't a judgment, they are simply information that puts you back in control. One of the easiest steps you can take is to own a home blood pressure monitor. Once you have that information, you can start taking action. One of the first things to look at is the salt in your diet. Think of salt as a magnet for water. The more salt in your blood, the more water your body holds on to, increasing the volume inside your blood vessels and therefore the pressure. Luckily, there's a natural counterbalance to salt: potassium. Potassium helps your body get rid of excess sodium And you can find this helpful ally in everyday foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, and avocados. Finally, protecting yourself also requires cutting out the things that are actively doing harm. Let's be blunt about smoking. Every single cigarette is like taking a piece of coarse sandpaper and rubbing it against the delicate inner lining of your arteries. Drinking too much alcohol causes its own problems, raising blood pressure and certain types of fats in your blood. But here is the incredible part. Your body has an extraordinary ability to heal itself. The moment you stop putting these substances into your body, the repair process begins. Giving up these habits isn't a sacrifice, it's an act of liberation for your health. If you struggle with this, please know that you are not alone, and it is never too late to start. Talk to your doctor. There are so many effective support methods available today. It may be a challenge, but it's a challenge worth winning. The next 4 secrets will help you dramatically lower your risk of a stroke, and I will reveal the single greatest enemy of your stroke. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Secret number 1. Help your blood vessels relax. Let's start with a simple secret that can bring surprisingly fast results. When your blood pressure is high, your heart has to work harder, like a pump trying to force water through a constricted hose. But what if you could help that hose relax and widen on its own? That's exactly what certain vegetables can do. Beets and dark leafy greens, like spinach and arugula, contain a large amount of natural nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into a remarkable molecule called nitric oxide, NO. Nitric oxide acts like a messenger, signaling the tiny muscles in your artery walls to relax and widen.
The result? The highways for your blood become wider. This lowers the pressure on your artery walls and eases the burden on your heart. Adding a glass of beet juice or a spinach salad to your diet isn't just healthy eating, it's a natural way to help manage your blood pressure. Secret number 2. Direct your body's calcium traffic. We often think of plaque in our arteries as just being made of fat. But what makes it truly dangerous is when it becomes calcified. When calcium gets deposited, turning that soft plaque into a hard, brittle substance. These hardened plaques are prone to cracking, which can trigger a blood clot and lead to a stroke. So how do you keep calcium out of your arteries and send it where it belongs? Meet vitamin K2, a nutrient most of us are lacking. Don't confuse it with vitamin K1, found in green veggies and helps with blood clotting. Vitamin K2 has a completely different job. It acts like a calcium traffic cop. It helps escort calcium to where it's needed, your bones and teeth, and away from your arteries where it can cause harm. You'll find this crucial vitamin in fermented foods, especially natto, a fermented soybean dish from Japan, as well as egg yolks, liver, and certain aged cheeses like Gouda or Brie. Getting enough vitamin K2 is like helping your arteries stay flexible and soft, instead of becoming stiff and brittle. Secret number 3. Heal your artery lining from the inside out. Beyond just directing calcium, we can also nourish the delicate inner lining of our arteries itself. Think of this lining like the non-stick coating on a high-quality pan. When it's healthy and smooth, blood and other substances flow by easily. But when it's damaged by high blood pressure or inflammation, that surface becomes rough, allowing plaque to get a foothold and start building up. Luckily, certain foods act like a repair crew for this precious lining. They are rich in powerful compounds called flavonols. And the good news is, one of the best sources is a favorite treat, dark chocolate. A small piece of high-quality dark chocolate, the kind with 70% cacao content or higher, each day has been shown to help improve the health of the artery lining. You can also find similar helpful compounds in pomegranates, green tea, and berries. This delicate lining is especially vulnerable to another threat, a slow, smoldering fire of chronic inflammation. This isn't a mechanical blockage problem, it's a chemical one. Constant, low-grade inflammation damages the artery walls, creating the perfect environment for plaque to grow. To protect yourself, you need an elite fire department. Two of the most powerful natural firefighters are omega-3 fatty acids and curcumin.
Omega-3s, found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, work to douse this inflammatory fire throughout the body. Meanwhile, curcumin, the active compound in the spice turmeric, is another potent anti-inflammatory. Here's a pro tip. Always pair turmeric with a little black pepper. It helps your body absorb the curcumin much more effectively. Secret number 4. Fuel your body with the right foods. You've probably heard that these next things are good for you, and it's absolutely true. Oats and beans provide soluble fiber that acts like a sponge, soaking up cholesterol. Nuts and seeds deliver magnesium, which helps relax your blood vessels. And extra virgin olive oil and avocados provide the healthy fats that support the entire system. Your body is now better equipped, but this battle is also fought in the mind. Your greatest enemy sometimes isn't cholesterol, but cortisol. We tend to think of stress as just a feeling, like worry or pressure, but to your body, it's a very real chemical reaction. When you experience chronic stress, your body constantly releases a hormone called cortisol. This is an ancient survival mechanism designed to help us deal with immediate physical danger. In today's world, however, the threats aren't saber-toothed tigers, they're worries about money, work, and relationships. Our bodies don't know the difference and still react by pumping out cortisol. This constant presence of cortisol can quietly cause a host of problems. It can raise your blood pressure by constricting blood vessels and making your heart beat faster. It also contributes to inflammation throughout the body and can directly damage the delicate lining of your arteries, making it easier for plaque to form. You can't eliminate stress from your life entirely, but you can learn to manage your body's reaction to it. The first countermeasure. Let's begin with a simple tool you carry with you at all times: your breath. When you feel stress rising, try stopping to practice the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat this just a few times. This simple act helps activate your body's relaxation system, slowing your heart rate and lowering your blood pressure almost immediately. Setting aside just 5 minutes a day to sit quietly and focus on your breathing can make a huge difference in managing your stress response. The second countermeasure, quality sleep. While you sleep, your brain gets a chance to clear out the waste products that build up during the day. Your blood pressure and heart rate also naturally fall, giving your heart and blood vessels a much-needed rest. Sleep also helps to balance crucial hormones, including those that control your appetite and your stress levels.
When you don't get enough quality sleep, you are missing out on this critical repair time. Inflammation can increase, blood pressure tends to stay higher, and your body's ability to recover is weakened. Prioritizing sleep isn't lazy, it's an essential part of staying healthy. To improve your sleep, try creating a relaxing bedtime routine. Turn off screens like the TV, computer, and phone at least an hour before you plan to go to sleep. Keep your bedroom dark, cool, and quiet. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. Continue watching our videos on early stroke warning signs and how to prevent them, right here on our channel.